Are you trying too hard to get a job? Now, if you're unemployed right now, I get it. You need to do whatever you can to start getting money to come through. Start getting a check, whatever it is. But after you have a job, after the money starts to come in a little bit, you need to find a better way to get a higher paying job. And that means, first thing is you got to grow your network. I know you heard it before, but you have to do that. You might feel uncomfortable. You might feel like that's not you. That's not something that you want to do, but you have to do it. And you do it on LinkedIn. This is a better use of your time than applying blindly to hundreds or thousands of jobs on Indeed and other websites. It is a better use of your time to talk to people that are at the place that you want to get to. You want to be a manager at Google? Do you want to be a manager at Amazon? Is that something that interests you? If you do, find an operation manager at Amazon and have a conversation with them. And you're telling me right now, you can't because you don't know anybody like that, right? They don't want to talk to you. Well, they might be willing to talk to you, but you don't know if you don't ask. And where you can ask is on LinkedIn. You can find people like that with your background that graduated from your high school, or maybe that served in the military, whether you were in the Navy, Marines, or the Army. They served there and now they have a position that interests you. You see yourself there. You want to earn $90,000 a year or 6 figures a year. You want to get there. They know how to get there. They might be willing to talk to you. If not them, somebody else. Somebody will talk to you. And the reason I say LinkedIn is because maybe someone in your family can't help you. Maybe your friends and your acquaintances right now in your town, they can help you. So that's why I say you have to go outside of that. And that could be an organization. Maybe you join an organization. Or maybe you're a part of your alumni and you can use that, leverage that, build relationships in order to get the position that you want. There are so many people that are commenting, I applied 800 times, and then there's a string of profanity. Like, oh man, forget this stuff. Everything's rigged. This is horrible. People only make $10 an hour. People are only making $13 an hour. That could be true right now for your situation. I'm not saying that's not your reality, but what I am saying is it doesn't have to be your reality. Another area that's worth more than just blindly applying is working on your resume. There's a lot of free information out there. People still don't know how to do it. People don't know how to build a resume that gets results. And for a lot of people, I'll tell you, your resume isn't an autobiography. It's not every single thing that makes you great. I don't know why you're putting everything in there. Take myself, for example. I led 120 combat patrols in Iraq. I did that. Will you find it on my resume? It's nowhere in there. If you look throughout my resume, I don't mention the word combat mission. I don't mention it once. Why? Because it's not relevant to the positions I'm targeting. It's not relevant. And if it's not relevant, a lot of the times you need to get rid of it. Now, I can talk about combat missions in a different context when it comes to analyze information, when it comes to communicating, when it comes to leading others, developing, training. I can talk about it in another perspective, but I can't just vomit out things that I've done, vomit out my experience all over my resume and expect someone to find value in it. But if I'm applying for a defense contracting role in, say, Afghanistan or somewhere in the Middle East or in the Horn of Africa, if I was doing that, yeah, my combat missions would be there. If I'm looking for a security job, then maybe, yeah, my combat missions might make it on my resume. Here's the thing. A mediocre resume that's relevant will beat out an amazing resume that's irrelevant. That's something that you have to really internalize and remember as you're creating your resume. Every job out there is created to address a pain point that the organization is experiencing or the company. They're in pain for a certain reason. That's why the job is there. So you have to look at it from the perspective that it's not really about me, or you. It's about that organization. How can you bring value to address and to ease the pain that they're experiencing? A relationship formed on LinkedIn through networking, that might get you to the hiring manager, but you still need a resume. You need a resume for HR to nod off and say, okay, this person's suitable. We've done our due diligence. Let's hire him. Another thing that's worth your time is making yourself more marketable. So you might already have the skills and the abilities to do the job, but a certification would add further legitimacy to the experience that you have. So So let's say you're applying for a job as a Python developer, and let's say you know the basics of Python. You've built programs in the past, or you assisted people in building software with Python in the past. Instead of just having it listed, all your experiences with Python, you can go to Coursera today and enroll in a course from the University of Michigan, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. In fact, no matter what skill you're looking for, you can search it. You can find, if you want to do data analytics, say you want to have a certificate on Google Data Analytics, you can do that for free. Anybody can do it for free. They have a 7-day trial. You just sign up for 7 days. Like the course I was telling you about Python, that's a 19-hour instruction. So you can spend 2 or 3 days and double down, take Python, and then in 3 or 4 days, you can have the certificate, cancel the free trial. Now you have a certificate that you can use with your resume to reinforce the skills that you already have. But what if you're saying, well, 7 days is not long enough. I can't do it in 7 days. Even though it's 19 hours, I mean, you don't have 4 hours a day to bang it out in the next 5 days. You don't have to go through Coursera. You can go to LinkedIn Learning. There's a 30-day free trial. You could take whatever courses that interest you. And at the end, a lot of them have certificates that prove you attended it, that prove that you're proficient in that skill. Add it to your resume. Once again, I'm telling you, if you have spent the majority of your time applying blindly to jobs that you think you might be able to do, or just jobs that are in your local area, that's not the best use of your time right now. The best use of your time is to grow your network, strengthen your resume, and make yourself more marketable. And many times, it comes down to your location. Where are you at? What city or town are you at right now? Are you in a place where they have opportunities? Are you in a place, if you want $80,000, $90,000 a year, are those jobs around you? If they're not, if the answer is no, you have to leave, okay? Let's just come to terms with it. You have to leave. Now, I made a video like this in the past, and people were saying, well, I don't have any money. How am I supposed to go anywhere? Hey, I get it, man. It's tough out there. It's rough. But this is the thing. To get a bus ticket, it's $100. You need to get $100, and then you need to find a place to stay in a different location. So you might have to come up with first and last month rent or proof of income, or you need to make a friend in a different town in order to coordinate it. All of it will come down to sacrifice. You have items that you don't use anymore. Maybe you should sell them. Maybe you need to sleep on your friend's couch, pay him $20 a week, or whatever the case is. It is the season of sacrifice. If you need to get out of your town, that should be priority one. Sleep on the couch. Save as much as you can. It might be for a year. I'm not saying this is quick. It could be for a year. It could be for 2 years. But you understand in your head that it's a priority. You have to get out. You cannot stay there. That's the mentality that you have to adopt if you're ever going to get out of there. Otherwise, what's your future going to be if you stay there, right? What is your future going to be? And look at it. Be serious. 10 and 15 years, if I stay here, what's going to happen? You going to work at Walmart? You going to be an assistant manager at Walmart? Is that the goal? Is that what you want? You have to make hard decisions. Now, if you're interested in a federal government job, then I want to share with you some of the job series, some jobs out there that you could be qualified for. You might not even know it. Not even a clue. If you want to know that, I want you to watch this video next. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.